Yolan Trun, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy and welcome to another episode of our little camping series. And today we want to talk about another ops level, and that is ops 35. And this is usually called a sweet spot to stay a little bit because you have access to the G3 rare ships here still, and you can work with them quite easily at that point. In the past, I used to skip them, but now with the speed of the ops levels and the research that's happening with the new onboarding experience that Scopely created for newer players, I did need the rare ship. In my case, I used the Intrepid. That's why I'm still until tomorrow on my new start account for making these videos. The Intrepid really helped me. I got the Enterprise earlier than I was expecting now because of a Christmas gift from a viewer, as you might have seen on one of my channels. But if you really are working through that without spending money, you will need the rare ships now. And 35 is a good way on working on your rare ship. There is a suggestion out there also that you stay on 35 until you get your factions triple locked. And I mean the 10 million lock. That is the first lock in this game. I do play it a little bit differently this time. First of all, I only did single faction. Once again, I tried it a little bit with double faction to do it differently than I usually would have done. But because of certain events that came in that gave a big amount of reputation for just one faction, I switched back to single faction. And that's why I quite easily locked the Federation in at 10 million. And I went a bit further than 35, working on the Romulans, but that was because of the big compensation gift we got. Otherwise, I would have stayed on 35 to get the Romulans locked in as well. I don't do the triple because for a bit longer, until I'm on my way in the mirror universe, I want to use the Klingons for auto leveling. So that's why, despite what's out there on the internet, I do not suggest to do all three lock or to get a triple lock on Ops 35. I would just do a double lock and still use one of them for auto leveling because that's given me a lot of advantages at the moment. And when you get into the mirror universe and start grinding reputation in Tau Ceti, that will work. In the meantime, I will just have a quick look if I can take part in some Armada. It's by the way, Christmas Eve when I'm filming all of this. Wednesday is my English STFC filming day, and even Christmas Eve applies to that. And so I'm batch filming my STFC videos for a week, except the Let's Plays. As you know, those are always made fresh every day. But as you can see, some of my alliance mates are still out there. In Germany, it's a bit different. The shops are opened until noon, or about noon, between noon and 1400, and then everything closes because Christmas Eve is the big day in Germany in the evening with a special dinner depending on the region, and then with opening presents and everything. And so we while I'm filming today, we are still all in kind of the relaxed phase. I did all my grocery shopping earlier, so I don't have to do it today, and so I'm still relaxed enough for filming nowadays. But doing Armadas is a big part that you should do as well while you're camping on a certain level. There's also something that is new to the game compared to all the earlier suggestions you might have heard about camping levels. 35 is also another nice thing because you now have an artifact gallery. The artifact gallery wasn't in this game when I played or started playing the last time, and now it's in there too. And Ops 35 is a very good level as well to stick around, start collecting your first artifacts, upgrading them, and I do have a number of those already. Obviously, I'm 39 now, but that was quite a quick journey if you followed my Let's Play as well. And so you see how many artifacts are already unlocked. I have to upgrade them still though, but you see it's 15 of those. So and 2 I can already upgrade, and we have an event at the moment, so I can quickly do that too. And so that's the good thing about the camping part as well, so that you can work on your artifacts for a while, get all or as many of those advantages and buffs in place before you move ahead. And that's another point for sticking around a bit on Ops 35. Because there's so much speed introduced by Scopely into that game that you need some camping levels. And of course, there's always a question, when I'm ready to proceed to higher levels, what about materials and resources? In this case, you should have 500 million titanium in stock before you go ahead, because once you get the Enterprise on the way to the next camping site, upgrading is quite expensive with regard to titanium. And you also should have 75 million dilithium in store because of all the research you have to do. And of course, because of the ships you're upgrading, you also should have rare materials. In this case, yesterday we talked about the uncommon materials, but in this case, the blue ones, as you can see here, the rare materials, you should have 1,500 each, because that's usually where people get stuck when they are upgrading their ships and didn't think about the rare stuff. So have 1,500 each of rare ore, gas and crystal before you move on. And you really should work on your away team credits, because those are a big help in getting the Enterprise. I know it's an Ops or Shipyard 34 ship, but you will need longer or higher ops levels before you get to that one, because of the speed of the game nowadays. So really make sure that you work on your away team credits as well. And if you want to add something about Ops 35, please write in the comments below the video on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.